Welcome to my chapter 5 here. Topic is stop putting things off. Now, you may have many different reasons to procrastinate. You may say, I'm busy, I don't have time, the shop is not doesn't open, the bank doesn't open on Saturday, I want to go there but they don't open, I try to call them, no one answers. All these kind of reasons that stop you from going forward. But let me teach you a couple of tips that can help you to get through some of the obstacles you would like to go through. Now, as we know, this video here is mostly for entrepreneurs there, or for someone who wants to become an entrepreneur. So I will talk about more like a capital raising. I will use a capital raising as an example in this case. But the strategies that I'm going to share with you, you can use it in your daily life as well, such as you want to get something done in your garden. You can actually break it down as well. It looks really hard, but it is not. If you try to break it into a small chunk, as long as you break it into a small chunk at a manageable chunks there, you can knock it down one by one, then at the end, you will get to your goal there. Now, the first one here, as I just said to you before, is capital raising. Let's say if I need to have a $20,000 loan for my business there, for the startup. And $20,000 for some people is a lot, for some people it might be, it's not a thing there. We'll just use $20,000 as an example. Okay, here is the problems. You can't ask your parents or ask your friends because they can't lend it to you for whatever reason. You need to approach to the bank, to the financial institution, to the bank. Some of the things you need to provide to the bank. Okay, they're not just give it to you for free. They need some documentation. But before you go there, to save your time and make these things happen as quick as possible, here's the things that you can do. First of all, write down whatever you want to achieve there. So say I wanted to get $20,000 loan. As you may know, you can go onto Google now these days. You can open up your laptop. Some of the things you can search, such as the lending criteria. You can search that. You can search the interest rate, approximate. You don't have to get exact figure. You can find the average one. And you can work that out on your phone or on the payment calculator, the payment frequency, how much you have to repay to the bank per week, per month, per year, or per quarter. You can do it without costing you anything because you can use Google it and brainstorm it. Once you look at the lending criteria, they will give you a better insight of the documentation you need, such as your personal bank statement. If you're already in the business there, they might ask you for a financial report, like a tax return. Or they might ask you for P&L, what it means is a profit and loss. They might ask you these kind of things there. Okay, now once you work it out like this, then you are trying to put them in a different category. Now I only got three different color pens in here. I'm just using the blue one here. Now, if the things that are associated with each other, I'm going to get you to mark it with a certain letter. For example, the lending criteria here, I would say is item A, interest rate, repayment frequency. They are related, okay? Because these are the things that you can find it online, and the interest rate and the repayment frequency, depending on your circumstances, which would tells you from the lending criteria there. Now, personal statement, I would say is B, because it has not much things to do with your business. Profit and loss and financial report, they are related. Now, once you're done, okay, so you put them into a different category. Now, this one is a very simple example. Some of the things might be, it'll cost you more time to do it. I'm just using it as a demonstration. Okay, now, and then you're going to put that in a graph like this. Required time to do it. Now, you can see as it goes up, it will take you longer time. Now, because I put in an A, B, C there, I've just put A there. Now, which one takes you less time? Which one would take you the most time? I would say the time that doesn't take you too long is a personal statement, because now these days you can just go onto your internet banking and you get access to it right on your fingertips there. So I would say the time that take the least is the bank statement, the personal one, and then the next one is A, which is the lending criteria, because you need to go to the website or whatever bank or the American bank and do some research. The hardest one, it takes you lots of time, is the profit and loss in the financial report. Now you might say you can go on to Xero. The bank that wants you the most updated one. So this one will take you lots of time there. So I will put it in here first. B, and then A, which is the lending criteria. C is the last one. Now, and then once you're done, you can see that one takes you lots of time there. Here's how you save time. As I mentioned in the previous chapter, the 20% of the effort will give you 80% of the result. Now you brainstorm this. Which one of these will give you the 80% of the results once you achieve it? Are you doing the C, which is the financial report, the P&L, or are you doing the personal statement? I'm sure you can work that out. Of course, the one that will give you the maximum result is the profit and loss and financial report there. This is only 20% here. Once you sort this out, everything's here, it will come automatically. It won't take you too long to get there, but this one is the hardest one. So, as I said to you in the previous chapter, do the 20% will give you 80% result, and most of the time that 20% is always the hardest one, which is the C here. Okay. The 20% of this. But when should you do it? In your high energy time, as I said to you the other day. So do this during your high energy time. Don't just go on to do the bank statement, personal statement there. I know you can do it quite quickly, but it doesn't give you the result that you want. By the time you do it, you check all the lending criteria and stuff like that, the personal statement, you just waste your time because your profit and loss might not be that great. Maybe you haven't done your financial tax return. Pretty much you can't lend any money. So what's the point to do the personal statement there? So make sure you think clearly before you take any action so that you can save your time, because this video is about saving time there. Now, if you scroll down, you will see some worksheet as well. Now, the first one here is a concept mapping. You will see I got lots of circles in here. Okay, the project that you want to do and the associated items. Let's say if you want to buy a car, okay, so you put a car there, you want to buy let's say your goal is to buy a Mazda 6, top of the range, leather trim, red color, cost you $40,000 with sunroof. And then you're going to write down anything that associated with that, such as car loan, where you're going to get it, when are you going to get it, how are you going to get it, these kind of things you put in here. And then question 2, you color the circles that are related to each other and give them a category name there, such as financing, administration, like what I do in here. But I don't color them, I just label them with a letter. And then you number them, you number this category from 1 to whatever, from 1 to 3, because I only got 3 categories there, from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, and which one is just after that, and you got to work that out, which one is a super important one, using the 80-20%, 80-20 rules, and then you do the one which is 20%, it's a super important that give you the maximum result. Okay, and then the last one here, the question 5, I say list and label which routine tasks can be outsourced and which needs to be done by yourself. Some of the things, if you have a team, you can do it. Some of the things can be done by your team.